Hello everyone, hello, welcome back, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are tuning in the world. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you all for having a look and clicking on this video. Also, if you do like the other videos that I share, please do like and share. Also comment as well, share to people who may feel like they benefit from it. So today I was going to do a yes, no or maybe for pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. It's going to be a pick a card, but I think it's just going to be let's just see what the messages are in store sort of thing. So these are going to be surprise messages. What is it that you need to know sort of right now kind of thing. So this is going to be pile 1 with the tiger's eye, pile 2 with the crystal quartz, tumble, pile 3 with the aventurine, I think this is. And that's it. If you'd like to take some time to pause the video before you select your pile, please go ahead and do so. This is pile 1, this one here, this is pile 2, and this one's pile 3. We're going to start with pile 1 now. Okay, so pile 1, we're going to start your reading with your lovely tiger's eye here. And we're going to be using the Kim Krantz archetype card to start the reading. Okay, so lovely, we have the crone card. So the crone is telling me that maybe you have been gaining some wisdom over your years. Maybe you are someone who is a lot older from my usual demographic, a particular female, someone who is able to change. I'm also getting the energy of a shapeshifter, so someone who's able to shapeshift in a positive way for the light, not for the dark. Your spirit animal could be the crow or the raven. You have an affinity with crows and ravens. Wherever you go, they're just about. They're always around, they're always hanging about. I do feel like there's a lot of majesty around you. You have a very majestic aura. You're very royal. You may like to wear black quite a lot as well. And you might be Hebrew, you might be into Judaism as well, or you might be studying maybe even Kabbalah at this time, or maybe this is an interest of yours. You could have very male, masculine hands, so you like to get to work on things, or maybe you are a male yourself. But I do see that you are holding a coin here. There could be something very occult. There's a very occult energy about this card here, is what I'm seeing here. So 10, 11, 12 and 13. You might like Halloween and you might like the occult very, very much. I do feel like there's an energy, or maybe you've been burnt before with dabbling in the occult in a negative sense. So you may have used witchcraft in a bad way, let's say in a bad way. But I do see that you've learnt your lessons, and I do feel like you have high regard for the other world, the astral world, the spiritual world. And I do see that your spirit animals are in particular the crow or the raven. Animals that are black tend to vibrate towards you, so black cats, black crows. I'm getting the energy very much so of Halloween and like thrillers and horror movies. But I feel like you're very majestic. You have a very acute sense of the spiritual world, I would say, and I'm hearing beady eyes. So you have like an energy about you that is you can penetrate your gaze through people, and I feel like some people find that very intimidating, pile 1. So let's see what else comes through for you, pile 1, in this reading with the gorgeous crone energy. Where is my booklet actually? So we have the archetype guidebook here, so I'm going to have a look at the crone just as we actually they're telling me to read it at the end, so hopefully I'll remember that. Okay, so let's get into your cards now. So these are pre-shuffled cards. So we're going to be using these cards first. Okay, so let's have a look and see. So pile 1. So you've got Justice. Okay, so divine justice has come through. Maybe divine justice has come in your favor recently. Maybe there's a tipping of the scales that have happened recently in your favor, or maybe it's an understanding of respecting the astral spiritual world, as I said before. I do feel like you're able to go between worlds, and I do feel like you have high respect and respect for, I just heard Mother Gaia, so I do feel like you have a lot of respect for Mother Earth. These are such beautiful cards. These are the Fountain Tarot cards. So we have wonderful energy of balance, but also drive, passion, travel as well. So I do feel like you're able to just get into the zone, spiritually speaking, but I do feel like you have a lot of respect when you of the universal laws, as I said before. I think if you had ever dabbled with occult, like alchemy or witchcraft, it's always been in a positive way. But say, for example, you overstepped the mark at one point, there is an energy of, you know, having learnt that lesson. We have the Emperor now here. Let me just get all the cards out. Okay, this one is the Knight of Cups. I'm not reading reversals. And then lastly, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay, let me just tune into it. So yeah, as I said before, masculine energy I was picking up on very strongly here with the crone in the hand here, so you get to work. And I do feel like you have a treasure of knowledge. Also, you're all about hard work and getting that coin as well. You may be, you may have experienced something recently that you've discovered that you are Jewish, and you didn't realise that before. And I do feel like your kin and kindred, who are Hebrew in particular, are able to work and collaborate with you very well. And I feel like this is a discovery that maybe you blocked out in your past. But it's better to work like for like, is what I'm hearing here. And so that attitude will open more and more doors, specifically for those of you who are really intent on working on financial stability for the long term. That's going to be incredibly fruitful. This is someone who's coming into immense and incredible wealth here, providing that they put things to work. And I do feel like Kabbalah has something to do with this. I just get the energy of that. So I feel like there's some sort of respect of this spiritual practice, or at least religion, in terms of, you know, being Jewish. I feel like it's something about respecting your ancestry, or something that you may have recently experienced, or recently come to the understanding or learning that you are Hebrew, particularly, or Jewish, let's say. And I feel like you're starting to get involved in practicing this faith in particular. So we've got two major arcanas here. I do feel like there's also an offering of love that's coming through for you as well. I do feel like this is your energy. I am picking up on a male in particular now at this point. I do feel like you have a female in spirit who may not necessarily be, you who's older, who's the elder here. And I feel like maybe they have been coming into your dream space in order to tell you these things about your ancestry. In particular, you know, the Star of David here. And then we've got Hebrew text here, or maybe that's Aramaic, which is an ancient Hebrew language. So we have justice here and the emperor. I do feel like you are a very just boss. I feel like if you aren't a boss just yet, I feel like you are coming into that level of leadership. And I do feel like you are going to be very respectful, but also very intent on working really well with your staff. Again, I keep hearing kin, so I do feel like you might have family involved here. This is the major masculine energy, the masculine father figure, let's say, in the tarot. Someone who is intent on making the dream work, but it's all about teamwork as well. So again, that justice energy is coming through here, where there's things that are done right, there's things that are done, you know, legally, fair, you know, just, in balance, etc., etc. But I'm also seeing that here there's maybe a need for love here with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups here. We have the Knight of Swords here, so interesting energy. We have the energy of maybe so this is what I'm hearing, is that some of you who had been learning about esoterica or something about your word, I do feel like being integral to your word at this time is very important, or at least is highlighted at this time. I do see that this is something that you've been working on, pile one. I see that you've been really working on your speech. Maybe some of you have a speech impediment, or like a lisp, or something that you have felt very uncomfortable with, maybe in your past, maybe as a child, or maybe as a younger person working in industry. And I see that you had someone here to help and guide you with that, with a lot of love and care and attention here with the Knight of Cups. I do see that there was some insecurity about this, or at least maybe some intimidation, maybe from a father figure who was your boss even, that you worked for, and this is a family business that you're coming into, or you had come into in your past. And I do see that there you're very quick to the tongue, so there is something here about being careful again to just not rush in and speak too quickly, that you might regret it. So again, it's about being fair and integral with your word here with the Justice card as well. Let's have a look at the other cards. I'm just curious to see what the other Kim Krantz cards have to say. So this is a Fountain Tarot, and we're going to use the Kim Krantz Tarot now. Okay, yes, we've got the Seven of Wands here. Beautiful energy. So you've got the 7 and 8 of Wands now. So I do see that you are on the verge towards victory and also travel. For those of you who are wanting to start an enterprise abroad, I would say that this is a really fantastic time to do that, particularly during Libra season, which would be coming to the end of this year, 2021, September, October, November, even possibly. Aries could be very important as well in your chart, significant in your chart. So this could be the month of April in particular. But anyway, I do see that there is something beginning here, a new enterprise starting where you're wanting to possibly work abroad or even work with people abroad. Maybe these are other people in leadership. I'm also seeing a conference or a symposium happening for you where you're able to, I just heard the gift of the gab. So you have the gift of the gab. You're able to bring people in with your word, bring an audience in with your conversation and what you have to say, because you have a lot of true leadership here with the Emperor card and Justice. So you might be talking about, maybe sort of like being fair in business, or maybe giving advice, or some sort of symposium or like TED Talk, for example, that's going to really provide you a lot of high honors here with the 7 of Wands here. And I do feel like you are someone in leadership. You could be coming into the limelight in terms of that, someone who is able to speak their word, someone who's able to speak very well, and someone who has a large audience around them. A lot of Wands energy here. I do feel like you're very passionate about your job. I feel like you're very passionate about your life purpose. If this is a job that you've been doing for quite some time, especially here with the Emperor, this is someone who slogs it out for a long time, at least 15 years to get to the position of leadership that they want to be in. And this does talk about, finances, financial stability, wealth in particular. Just know that it is paying off, but also to make sure that your ego is not coming into play here, where your ego is in check here as well, because you have a lot of people that are admiring you from afar, at a distance, maybe even through social media here with the 8 of Wands. Let's have a look at this card here. So we've got the 4 of Wands here. So maybe you've been working very hard. Maybe you have a grandmother in spirit, or maybe you have a grandmother in general who is saying, look, you've been working so hard, maybe over the last 10, 15, 20 years. Now it's time for you to balance yourself out now and start thinking about family, start thinking about, moving quickly towards what it is that you desire, which really is a marriage made in heaven here, something that is fair. With the Justice card, this also does talk about going to court as well. So, having something legalized. I would just say, as we're entering into the Mercury retrograde season, which is the 20th of September at the time of this recording in 2021, this is something to pay attention to. So please don't sign any legal documents or payment, sign any legal documents, sign any contracts before after the 20th of September. Communication will be very distorted, and there's also a hint here to just be careful with what you do say, and you rush in and say something that you may regret, because there could be something where someone might be, bringing in some legal action towards you because of something that you may say that someone may misconstrue as defamation of character, for example. So just be careful, be integral with your word, practice Practice being fair and steady and balanced, and stop, think and listen before you speak out what you have to say, even if it is truthful. Sometimes the truth can really hurt people, and it can bite you in the backside sometimes as well yourself. So just be careful of that. So especially during Mercury retrograde season, as you know, all of my videos are timeless, but at the time of this reading, that would be September 20th of 2021. So just be careful of that. If you are going to be traveling or you have plans to travel, please do this before the 20th of September. Just be aware that travel and there will be travel snags as always during Mercury retrograde season. So there could be delays, there could be issues with travel, maybe also with driving as well, so pay attention as well. But that, pay attention to your word, be integral with your word and what you have to say. What else am I picking up on? Again, there's an energy of being wise here as well. So you've been working incredibly hard, you've been working on your coin. But now I do see that there is a grandmother in spirit, or a female in spirit in particular, who is older. If not, this could be you, who may be an elder here, who has been offering and helping you and supporting you in this family line, family dynamic, or even an ancestor in spirit who has been helping you to help you with your intuition. In particular, for me, the Eight of Wands does talk about intuition, to get you on the path that you need to get to in terms of this leadership, right? I just heard a crow right now, so that's beautiful confirmation. So you do have a crow, raven in spirit, as well as a grandmother, mother, maternal energy, ancestor, who is helping you and has been guiding you all along the way as a teacher, as a mentor through your business. But now they're saying, look, you really need to pay attention to, maybe having a family now and getting married. There's also another message here where you have to be careful of other people that could be sending you the evil eye here, with the crone and the Four of Wands here, which for me does look like the evil eye. So, just pay attention, be careful of that. Always carry like an eye around with you, or have that in your business or line of work or something, to ward off negative energy, to ward off evil. I do feel like there has been people that have been trying to send you the evil eye, and this is the energy of needing to protect yourself from that. So again, I don't feel like this is something that you think is woo-woo. I do feel like you are very connected with the spiritual world, if not according to your faith as well. So for example, you could be from Turkey, Greece, Italy, Spain, North Africa, where you, for example, that you believe in the evil eye, and you believe that people can blaspheme you in this way in the spiritual world here. So there's another need for attention for that. Okay, lovelies. So let's have a look now at the last card here, which is going to be the mystical healing reading card, which I will read for you. So we have practice positivity. So yeah, we have travel here. We've got number 23 here. I do see like you're looking towards a new horizon. I do get the energy of the Two of Wands as well, energy here, where an opportunity may have come towards you where, there could be absolutely, I would say, a rise in fame, a rise in respect of your peers here, acknowledgement from your peers as well, and a rise of your own leadership here. So this could be like a promotion as well to a very, very high level, very high standing, where a lot of people are going to be having eyes on you. So again, when you have eyes on you and you become very well known, there are going to be people that are going to be jealous and send you the evil eye, even though they may not necessarily be consciously be doing that themselves. They may send you jealousy and hate. People are going to hate, that's just how it is. But the energy is to be positive, practice positivity here, but also to be just, fair, and be a positive leader as well. This does talk to me about being a positive leader in terms of light work energy, so someone who is definitely coming into their life purpose here. So practice positivity here. We also have the sun and the moon here. We also have the eclipse as well. So something has been beckoning you from beyond the other end of the horizon, let's say. We have a swan here. So now there is this gorgeous feeling, this energy, very celestial energy as well, guidance from above, from your spirit team, who are wanting to help you here, to practice positivity, but also to practice to be more loving, to be more flirtation and a little bit more flexible. The Emperor can be very stern and severe at times as well, and a bit of a control freak, I'm just going to say. So be fair to yourself as well. Have a sense of adventure about life as well. Travel, get to know other different cultures as well, Sun and moon energy, in particular the sun, I do feel like I'm picking up on a very masculine energy, as I said before at the very beginning of this reading. But I also see that there's a need to balance out, be fair and balance out your feminine energy here as well, because we do have very rigid, square frame, round curves here. So we have the masculine line here and the feminine curve. So there's an energy of needing to balance out your masculine energy and your feminine energy, as it were. So there's a move towards something different, something new here. So I would say that the surprise is, go and surprise yourself and do something outside of your norm, your natural norm of habitude, habitual, and go towards love. Yeah, go towards that. Maybe there's been too many words that have been spoken and expressed. Maybe there have been words that have been said before that didn't, bode well. But I would say try again, because I feel like there is someone who is wanting to receive that as well, and is open to that love as well in particular. The song is a little less conversation, a little more action. So pole 1, that is basically the message here. A little less conversation and a little more action, and practice positivity, because you might just get what you desire here in terms of love. But also the Emperor is now, becoming a father as well, wanting to become a father and wanting to become a husband, to a potential partner here, and wanting to express love very strongly here. Lots of love messages, Cupid's arrows, are wanting to be darted over. And I actually feel like maybe you are the recipient of these love messages yourself. And now it's time for you to really practice positivity now, and actually go towards, as I said before, go towards your desire that is love-based, but also in terms of a marriage, a relationship, a high-level commitment, in particular with this divine masculine energy coming through. So let's have a look at the archetype for the crone now. So number 13 could be your lucky number, lucky 13. You might actually use that for to make deals. You might, sign contracts on the 13th or something like that. Or this could be, a sort of hint about that. So let's have a look at the crone, the main sort of message for this reading here. So the crone, the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smouldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. So that's the energy, it's magic that I was picking up on here. Remember, I spoke about witchcraft, and I did see two on the timer there. So when in light, the crone is magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. When in dark, vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized. Go deeper. Bhumavati, Hecate, Baba Yaga, and Lilith. So have a look at, these mythical archetypes in particular as well. Lilith was said to be the first female before Eve. So, and then we have the crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, the moon. I just heard howl at the moon as well. The crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. So that's quite interesting. So I do see that there is a deeper path here, and I do feel like this deeper path involves love. I do see that some of you may have been burnt by love as well before, and you have been sort of obsessing over work possibly, but now it's time to get into your spiritual practice and get into some good positive magic as well, you know, practice positive magic, practice positivity, and go towards love and go towards your desires and having a partnership as well, because I feel like you've been a lone wolf for quite some time. So that's all I have for you, pole 1. We're going to be moving on to pole 2. If you'd like to listen on pole 2 as well, you're more than welcome. If not, I will see you on the next video. Take care for now. Bye. Hello, pole 2, and welcome to your reading. So what kind of messages are coming through with this reading? What sort of surprises can you expect, or what is it that you need to know right now? Okay, so we've got your lovely crystal quartz tumble just here, so we'll just put that to the side. We'll have a look at the Kim Krantz archetype. So we have the underworld, so that's interesting. I just heard the underground as well. Interesting. These cards have been coming up in my private readings for clients, but also for the general readings too, so it's quite interesting that among all of the cards that have come out, the underworld has come through. So we have 10, 50, which is 60, 65, 66, 67, and 68. This could be the year of your birth, but there could be something here where you've been really going deep and underground, a bit like the Clash, you know, going underground. Maybe you've been searching for something. Maybe you've had to go really deep into something here. 68 adds up to a 16, 15, 14. So 14 is typically in the tarot the temperance card, so maybe needing to find balance within, and maybe possibly this could talk about patience as well in order to unearth this mystery that you need to get solved or resolve. I do feel like this could involve a lot of paperwork as well. Pole 2, this could be about needing to really gain clarity, especially here with the crystal quartz tumble, needing to gain clarity here amongst all of the mess and mayhem. So that's quite interesting. Let me just see what else I'm picking up on. So 14 adds up to 5, so there could be some sort of challenges involved here, maybe a sort of change as well. Number 5 typically is the 5th house, and the 5th house does talk about creativity, I believe. So maybe this is about you needing to be more creative with something. Maybe this could involve maybe the 5 of Swords energy, which could talk about winning at all costs, or maybe there's a sense of pride involved here. Pride before the fall. The underworld is the fall, so maybe you've fallen from grace from something and you've had to clear out your name or something. I'm not sure. I'm really picking up on quite a lot of things here. I do also see that maybe you've been involved in sort of interesting relationships that have led you astray. Maybe they were quite rock and roll, but maybe that time is now passing into needing to move away from these people and needing to maybe grow up, possibly. Essentially, don't shoot the messenger, I'm just channeling what's coming through. So I feel like there's something here about that, about maturity here. So let's have a look now at the gorgeous Fountain Tarot cards and see what else needs to come through for the messages for pole 2, please, Spirit. So we've got the 7 of Wands here, interesting. So let me just put you there. So we've got the 7 of Wands. Okay, 7 of Wands, the Moon, the Hierophant, the Lovers, interesting, the Ace of Wands, and lastly you've got the Death card. Yeah, not surprised here, not surprised at all. Yeah, you actually have quite a lot of cards as well for the Kim Krantz Tarot, which is quite interesting. I feel like you have the most cards from all the piles so far, and I haven't even looked at the cards yet and haven't even looked at pile 3 yet. So pile 2, got the 7 of Wands. Let me see how I can arrange this in a way that... Okay, so 4 major arcanas here, and 2 minors. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm just tuning into the energy. Give me 1 second, please. Pole 2, pole 2, pole 2. The Moon, very strong Cancer energy, lots of mystery, lots of fears involved here, very strong Taurus energy here. Maybe this is involving a commitment and lovers involved, maybe some sort of adultery may have taken place, or maybe something is taking place where there are multiple people involved here, multiple lovers within and outside of a marriage, possibly, because the Hierophant does talk about relationships, marriage as well, doing things by the book, traditions as well. We also have very strong Scorpio energy here with the death cards. Maybe something has ended. I'm seeing here, just by the cards here, that there has been something that's been hidden within a marriage here, and this has involved another person, a lover involved in a marriage and outside of wedlock here. This was unbeknownst to all of the parties, possibly, or at least the wife, the husband that was involved in this legal contract, high-level commitment, as in marriage. If this isn't marriage, this is a relationship that's been going on for quite some time, and this has involved a very strong commitment, or at least a passing of vows, or exchange of vows, or at least some sort of ceremony possibly involves here. Pole 2, I also see that with the death card, there has been an ending in this relationship that had been going on for quite some time. There had been a need and a desire to move towards one's passions here. There have been fears about moving on or moving towards something new, involving passions, desires, wants, needs being met here, expressions needing to be expressed, expressions that have been hidden, expressions of love that have been hidden, particularly with the mystical moon card here, which is a really beautiful card, but it's also kind of ominous as well. And I do feel, like I said before, with the underworld card, there has been an energy of going underground or going deep into something, and maybe having to get some, maybe clearing your name. I think I mentioned that before with the channeling, I can't remember, but the channeling was talking about needing to do some paperwork, or maybe associating with the wrong people. I think that's what I said here. But there is something here about going deep into something, and especially here with the death card, which is very Scorpionic energy, it does talk about really going deep in death. The Scorpio card Scorpio does talk about sex usually. And here we have very strong Gemini energy here. So making a need to make a decision, a choice that needed to be made. I do feel like there has been an ending one way or another. Maybe there's been an ending in terms of, sleeping with other people and lovers in general, or entertaining other people. Maybe this could even be an open relationship that the world out there does not know about and does not need to know about, frankly, right? Because this is your private life. So this could be an open relationship, or this could be multiple people involved where there is a marriage involved as well. I just saw 7-11. I do feel like there has been some sort of awakening or insight from the spirit, your spirit team, or spiritual guides here, or even some sort of illumination that needs to take place. Whatever has happened is now dead and ended. There could even, I will have to say that there may even be an ending, actually, someone who may have died who you were married to. But that's going to be for very, 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 very few of you here. Let's have a look at the cards here. So we've got the Mother of Cups here, which is typically the Queen of Cups here. We have the Son of Wands. Okay, interesting. We have the 10 of Wands here. Okay, so I'm just gonna, how do I do this? Like that? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm also seeing an age difference here too. I do feel like there could be someone who, a female in particular, maybe a mother who has children, who may have been sleeping with someone maybe the same age of their son in particular. So maybe this could be something kind of scandalous, like sleeping with your son's friend or something like that. Again, it's going to be very, very, very few of you that's going to resonate with that. Not everyone's going to resonate with that. But this mother could also still be in a relationship or marriage. But with the 10 of Wands, I also do see burdens involved here. Wow, we've got the 9 of Wands, sorry, the 9 of Swords here, which is looking very much like this. Whatever is going on has been very, very, very disturbing to many people, has been very disturbing, has been very unclear, has been very untoward, has been very, very unjust. And there's the illumination there that I was picking up on. We've got 6, 7, and 8. We've got the 8 of Wands here, which typically does talk about communication, travel, fast communication. I do feel like someone went towards their passions, their desires, had a very strong sex drive, didn't really think much about the consequences, went for it anyway, and they've been, smacked in the backside for it, basically. And they've been found out, whatever was hidden and clandestine here, I would say. So the underworld is that they've been pushed to the dog's house here, they've been pushed to sleeping on the couch here, they've been pushed to the nether region, the nether world, the end of the world, let's say, of a relationship. And I do feel like there could be a separation involved, even though on paper someone is married to someone else here. For some of you who do not resonate with this at all in any shape, way, or form, pile 2, we have an energy of someone who has been hidden from, maybe has been practicing a religious practice that has been hidden to the world, and this is something that has really been giving them a lot of joy and excitement as well, excitement and joie de vivre, joy of life here as well. I do see that maybe with the seven of wands here, I see that there could be a need to be more assertive, a need to be possibly even more courageous as well with something that you've been hiding. Some of you may actually be hiding a pregnancy as well. I'm just going to say that here with the Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, clarifying that with a very strong Cancer energy, possibly Scorpionic energy here. Either way, there are water elements here. I do see 1111 on the timer as well. So I do see that there is some sort of pregnancy that may be hidden here, and that could be a burden to some. So this could be a pregnancy that may have taken place. The energy is coming back to this sort of adultery as well. The energy is focusing me on that at this time. So there could actually be a hidden pregnancy outside of wedlock or outside of a marriage, with a lover here that is really burdening, particularly a female here or an individual here who is pregnant here. They may have ended this relationship, this affair, and that they rushed into without any sort of need, without any, I just keep hearing provocation. Without the consequences or any kind of maturity or energy of knowing what the consequences were. I do also see that there were provocations involved afterwards, or maybe there was someone involved here, particularly a younger person here. There is a massive age difference between someone who may have been entertaining someone sexually speaking, who may have fallen pregnant. And there had been lots of provocations. Maybe there was even, I'm getting the energy of a threat involved here. I'm going to tell your husband or whatever that this has been going on, etc., etc. So I also do see that there is a lot of love and compassion involved here. But let's try and see if there's any other messages here for another scenario, because again, I don't feel like all of you are going to be resonating with that in particular. With the Death card here, there is a transformation in a relationship, or at least a connection. Some of you could be lovers at this time, and there is a hidden understanding or a hidden feeling or a psychic desire as well, psychic emotional desire and feeling that something needs to end here, something has to end, where your soulmate, your high vibrational love, your high vibrational twin flame, for example, they have to end sleeping with other people so that you can actually come together. I just saw 222 on the timer as well. Come together as a divine match and actually get married and start this journey together in divine union together, because there is someone here who could be entertaining another party and they may be hiding this from you. There is strong Gemini energy, strong Taurus, strong Scorpio, strong Cancer as well. This could be in your zodiac chart, or this could be in their zodiac chart in particular. I do see that there is someone who, again, I do see that there is an age difference between this high vibrational connection, soulmate, twin flame. Regardless, it's a divine connection, where one party, basically this high vibrational connection has not come into physical union just yet, because one of these people are entertaining multiple lovers. This has been hidden knowledge as well, pile 2 to you. And And I don't feel like this is you yourselves who are acting on this. I feel like you are dealing with someone, pile 2, who are needing to be assertive and be maybe, you know, understanding, compassionate and understanding and all of that kind of jazz and loving, but also needing to, you know, I just kept hearing, put a stick in it. So put an end to this situation that they're burdened with. Maybe they themselves were dealing with betrayal themselves. Maybe they themselves had dealt with a marriage. Maybe they came out of a relationship or marriage and they had dealt with betrayal, and therefore they could be scared about, you know, coming into a high vibrational connection or even just a relationship in general that they feel a lot of love for. They feel psychic energy towards, they feel all of this amazing emotion towards, but they're kind of freaked out about it and they're sort of burdened with it here with the 10 of Wands, and so therefore they are sabotaging the connection by entertaining multiple people and multiple parties here. I do see, again, whenever I pick up on this energy, the story, I always pick up on an STD here. I pick up on someone here who's picking up some sexual diseases here because they're not using precaution here, and they're not using their logical mind. They're just going towards their desires here with the Ace of Wands and the Son of Wands here. I do feel like they are quite naive in love. I do feel like this is someone who may have had, I just heard, been whipped by spirit here, and I've been woken up to, you know, their actions having consequences here, pile 2. So regardless, I do see that there is some hidden love that needs to be expressed here, hidden love and hidden desire to actually marry, to actually have a high vibrational union with you, possibly pile 2, and they're also needing to end a connection and wanting to transform this connection, this love that they have for you. And in order to do that, they really need to clear the way here and really go deep and dark into even knowing their own personal patterns of self-sabotage as well. I'm not good enough, that kind of thing, pile 2. With the 8 of Wands, this does talk about fast movement, travel, so this could be someone who may be wanting to, well, actually I do see someone who has a lot of desire, who has a spark and illumination and desire to move towards what they want here. 555, lots of numerology here for you, pile 2. Lots of signs that were coming through for you, pile 2. Let's have a look at your last card. Let's see what the mystical healing cards have to say by Ina Segal. So pile 3, what we have is the Ground Yourself card. A beautiful card. This has come up in my readings for the general collective abstract medicine on my Instagram account, Abstract Medicine, which I'm no longer posting videos in. I'm definitely just posting them here on YouTube, as you know. So we have this beautiful Ground Yourself here. Definitely, I always see this card as Mother Mary energy. I always see this with a lot of compassion. So maybe there is a mother here for you. Maybe the letter S could be very significant. Also the saint as well, the word S, the word saint as well. You know, Santa Maria, piena di grazia, so Saint Mary, full of grace, right? So there could be the energy here of compassion, opening up your heart, forgiveness. Also, I mentioned number 14 earlier, if you probably remember, talking about temperance energy and learning the art of patience, you know. Also, this card actually looks like the temperance card as well in the traditional tarot. So there's a need to temper your emotions, pile 2. There's a need to balance out what it is that you're giving and what it is that you're receiving. Know that you need to have peace in your heart before you move forward towards anything, you know. Just always be true to yourself and, you know, treat yourself how others are treated. Don't worry about what happened in the past, but rectify them immediately. Apologize if necessary as well, pile 2, for whatever I heard daño. So whatever, you know, pain or rupture you've caused in your past, there's always time in order to create and rectify a need for forgiveness as well, a need to close out cycles too as well, possibly, and end patterns, negative patterns here. With number 15, 5 and 1 is adding up to 6, and 6 is the Lovers card here itself. I definitely see the need to balance out your emotions as well. If you are moving from one connection to another, give yourself some time and space in order to heal, have patience for yourself, rather than just, you know, going in gung-ho towards a situation involving sex and passion, or even a new relationship. Just be careful, because, you know, I don't feel like you're fully healed just yet. But if you feel that you are, then of course that's your prerogative. But I feel that there is something here that you're burdened by. Maybe you've been burdened by heartbreak before, or betrayal before, where people have hurt you before, and maybe there's this energy of like not feeling like you're good enough or even worthy of love. And I'm seeing here with these cards that there is a maybe there have been temptations before in your past, or maybe you're even your own partner, your husband or wife, they may not give you attention, or even you may not be able to speak the same love language or something. But I do feel like there's a real strong need to communicate, you know, and get on the same page, and also have the same love language as well. I do feel like there's communication that is needed here, with very strong mercurial energy here. Also lots of adventurous energy here, mercurial energy with the Lovers card, and the 8 of Wands that came up earlier as well, and the Ace of Wands, and the Son of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is telling me about needing to be more assertive, as I said before. So be true to your heart, your true desires, but also know that everything has consequences, but also know how to forgive yourself as well. Even forgive yourself for any kind of negative self-talk that you may have been giving yourself as well. Commit to yourself, commit to your goals here. I do see there is something new and exciting opening up for you, even if maybe you haven't been in a situation, or you have been hurt before by love before. You know, this card is telling me to have faith, love yourself, be patient with yourself, nurture yourself, ask for Mother Mary's compassion and love as well. She's experienced all kinds of earthly pains herself, so go towards her as the Divine Mother for help and assistance here, because I do see that there is, you know, true love on its way here for you, if you feel and open up your door to love and opportunity as well. Clear out your heart, clear out any mystery, pain, or even misery that may be there, that's hidden, that is scaring you, that you're fearful about pursuing here, because I do see that there is love on the cards here, providing you go deep into negative patterns, or go deep into ancestral patterns as well. Even the relationships that your parents have had, you know, see how they have worked, see how they haven't worked, you know, just see any patterns that have gone on in your own family line here, with the scorpionic energy and the underground energy here as well, so that you know that you yourselves will not continue these negative patterns in your bloodline moving forward. So now let's have a look at the underground card. Let's just see what the underground card has to say. Sometimes you have to go into hell in order to really experience and understand really what heaven is all about. You know, what true love actually means, you know, what a true relationship means. So the underworld card, the nightmare, the ordeal, the bottom. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering and pain. It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths, through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. So sometimes, as I said before, you have to go into the dark in order to really understand yourself and also find your inner strength. But also there could have been some sort of illness and conflict internally or even externally that may have taken place. Maybe, you know, some sort of betrayal or adultery may have been involved. But now that's come to pass, that's now past energy. Don't let the past define you. Don't let the past define you, but learn from it and move forward. Bow humbly to the greater forces that be, right? So when in light, bravery, depth, facing of deeper spheres. When dark, denial, suppression, evil, unconsciousness. So go deeper, read Meeting the Shadow, edited by Connie Zweig and Jeremiah Abrams. So one of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent. Turns out descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. That's really interesting. I just saw 444 on this card on the timer as well. There's so many numbers that are coming through in your pile 2, 555, 333, 1111, 444, 55 just now. I have a painting called Inanna that I made as well about the goddess herself, which is interesting. So search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What does the story of epic descent stir in you? So pile 2, I'm going to leave it here. If you'd like to like, share and subscribe, please do that. If you'd like to move on to the next reading for pile 3 and see what they have to say or what the messages are in pile 3, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, I'll leave you here and I'll see you on the next reading. Take care for now. Bye. Hello pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we have the gorgeous aventurine. Well, I think it's an aventurine, looks like an aventurine. Smells like an aventurine, is an aventurine crystal. So pile 3, we have the gorgeous Kim Krantz archetype card, and this one is Thanatos. So we have this kind of spider web situation here, lots of hands involved. I do see that there's also a face here as well, a dot in the middle, lots of hands holding. There's also, is that fit as well? Interesting. I'm also getting tribal as well. I'm getting a lot of tribal energy here. Lots of hands. I do feel like there's a creative energy here, maternal energy. I'm actually picking up on Louise Bourgeois, who was an amazing artist. She's now in spirit, wonderful artist, and she dealt with a lot of, her muse was the mother archetype and the spider as well. As the main creative, the creatrix, right? So we have L20, so we've got 50 and 20, which is 73. So we've got 73 here. This could be your age, does not have to be. But 7 and 3 is 10 here. So something is ending, completing, and starting for you as well. I'm also reading this kind of back to front as soulmate energy too. So lots of creative power, creative energy here. You're maybe spinning a web of opportunity for yourself here, pile 3. Maybe this does also talk about prosperity, abundance as well, financial stability here with the green aventurine, maybe even an adventure as well, maybe a need for courage and adventure in order to create a network of opportunity as well with other people. Maybe it's best to have more hands on deck than having just one, and that really helps to steer the ship in good course, doesn't it, if you have more hands on deck, right? So pile 3, let's have a look at your cards, shall we? So we're getting into the Fountain Tarot for this one, and then we'll move on to the others. So we've got the Hermit card, okay? So interesting. The Hermit card, I kid you not, comes up on all of my pile 3s. It's so interesting. So very strong Virgo energy here. 4 of Cups, okay. The Strength card, Leo, and the 9 of Cups, okay. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm seeing here for you, pile 3, is you've been in your isolation mode for quite some time. Maybe this is past energy, or this is something that you're going to be coming into pass, okay, in the near future, where you'll be coming out of the shadows, coming out of hermit mode, coming out of being single possibly, coming out of the feeling of isolation, maybe coming out of the feeling of regret and sadness as well, with the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups, at least for me in this card, is saying that this, this person has had, lots of fun, emotionally speaking. they've had their heart's desires met here, but they're not quite seeing that there's another cup here that's empty that they can fulfill. But in order to do that, they need to, you know, really fill their cup here, emotionally speaking, themselves. So maybe they have been filling their cup with other people, from other people. Maybe they've been getting their energy, emotionally speaking, or even creatively speaking, from other people here. And maybe they're realizing that actually they can find inspiration within themselves and also get their own energy from themselves here. I do see this as being past energy for me in this card, in particular in terms of the design of it with these 4 squares here. I do feel like they're kind of in between the past, the third experience, the third person. Maybe they've been with multiple people, or this is the third and final relationship that they're saying that they're done with, and now they're single at this time. And they're looking within, or they've been looking within, or they will be looking within. Again, energy is timeless. So this is going to be past energy at some point where they're going to come out of the shadows and speak their truth, be in their truth, and also express their truth, emotionally speaking, even creatively speaking. This can also involve a spiritual teacher as well, where they have been getting some help from a guru, a spiritual teacher. Maybe they've been doing their own self-reflection as well, maybe reading some self-help books as well on love in particular, or even some self-help books on how to be more creative. There's some amazing books about that too. Maybe you yourselves have been booking in art therapy classes with me as well, which is really exciting and cool, so thank you so much. You know, and you've been you know, finding the cure. Also, maybe you've been listening to some music as well that's been really helping you as well, pile 3, and that has helped you to be more inspired for your next endeavor here. With light involves strong light work energy here with the Hermit card and the Strength card here, very strong Leo energy here, so you could be Virgo or Leo energy here. I do feel like this time this individual here is now, you know, with this 4 of Cups energy, you know, this does talk about missed chances, right? So, you know, I feel like this person has kind of been down in the dumps about being single for quite some time, or maybe they've missed a chance on a particular female here in this card here, and maybe they've been hiding in the cave for quite some time. Again, this, you know, flip the energy as you wish. This could be you know, a female who's been in the shadows for quite some time and been single for quite some time, and now is wanting to come out, and maybe they've realized that they've missed out on an opportunity in their past, and they're wanting to gain courage in order to speak their truth, as I said before. With the, you know, taming the beast energy here, with needing grace, fortitude as well. This is the energy of, you know, finding a match here, but also being able to balance out physical yearnings, physical desire, sexual drive, sexual desires here, and tempering it positively with sheer willpower and grace. You know, there's something to be said about grace, specifically in the Western society, which isn't really operated and used very much. With this card here, the creative card for me, at least as a reader, this is talking to me about, you know, having the strength to ask for help as well to other people here. With the 9 of Cups, this is saying that there is a wish fulfillment coming forward for you, something that you desire, something that you've been wanting to courageously move towards, or even work towards, or even communicate your truth towards, is part of your wish desire as well. Let's get into the other 2 cards here. So we have the Mother of Pentacles and the Justice card. So whatever you're going to be moving towards, when you're ready to come out of the shadows, it's going to be positive, it's going to be fair, it's going to be balanced. Your emotions are going to be more in balance. I do see, sorry about that, moving the camera there. I do see that your emotions have been a little bit unbalanced here, or imbalanced. And I see that there is, you know, the strength and desire and courage here that is really urging you on, with the help from Spirit here, with saying, look, fill your own cup here, be inspired by what you've experienced, even maybe write a book, maybe write your own self-help book. Maybe this is you being having the courage to speak your truth on a platform as well, even on networking possibly, or even online. Here we have the Mother of Pentacles and the Justice card. As I said before, there's a need for balance. There's going to be balance here. I am seeing 8 on the timer here. I also do see that Leo season could be significant for you, which could be August, September, and also Virgo season, which could be significant for you, which is end of August and September here. So it's a beautiful flow. This could be people that you're involved in who have the zodiac Virgo and Leo in their charts in particular, and Libra as well in particular too. So I see that whatever you're working towards, where you're working with other people as well, you're gonna have a very strong team of individuals as well. I do feel like this is a spiritual team, spiritual work. I just heard spiritual warfare. Some of you have been going through some spiritual warfare as well, energetically speaking, maybe even in your dream space as well, where you go to sleep and you wake up feeling even more exhausted before you went to sleep. And this is because there has been some sort of succubus, incubus energy around you. This is saying that you need to use the sword of truth, claim your space, claim your energy, and say that this is my space, this is my energy, and I know who you are, go into the light kind of thing. If you don't know these rituals, please go to a spiritual teacher, guru, shaman, someone like myself as well, who is able to heal you on that. You're more than welcome to book a shamanic reading with me, a shamanic healing session rather with me as well, in order to go deeper and clear those energetic cords as well. We have the Justice cards, which is saying that you have been working with the shadow and you've been working on the ley lines as well. You're able to walk through and in between doorways in the spiritual world. I don't feel like you're aware of it, pile 3. If you are aware of it, they're saying just be careful when you do so, because you could pick up on energies on the way out and when you wake up. Okay, so pile 3, we have the Mother of Pentacles. So you could be a mum yourself, you could have children yourself. This is someone that is definitely invested in the future, has a lovely home, is very nurturing, balanced, stable, and has all of their wishes, their desires met. They are very strong individuals, and as I was picking up on here, we have very strong mother energy here, right? And I picked up on the Divine Mother, the Mother, the what was I say, the mother and the creatrix, the spider as well, with Louise Bourgeois as well as being possibly even an inspiration to you, for those of you who are artists yourselves. 9 of Cups, something that you've been desiring, or maybe you are already in this energy where you are married already, and you are now a beacon of light for many and an inspiration to many who are wanting to be married, you know, to their significant other and having all of their wishes met. You know, there are very few positive leaders in that regard. So in terms of love and true love connections, and if they are, you know, if they are around, which they are around, they do speak about this, but in, you know, they don't give all the details about their relationship. I just saw 1111. And we do have 11 on this card. You know, they're private about their private life, so they're able to share just enough information in order to help and guide many on the road to a positive relationship here. So we have 11 and 9 here, and we have 9 here. So we've got 9 and 9 here, okay? So that could be significant to you. 99 could be significant to you. We have 6, 7, and 8 here, the Justice card, and we have the Mother of Pentacles. So 8 is saying whatever you're giving in to, you're also getting out of it. So I feel like you're learning whatever you've been giving in towards a situation, a practice, a spiritual endeavor in particular, or even a relationship. You've been met with a perfect match energetically on the way out of it, you know, or you've received an equal give and take here that was needed or was spiritually guided as well. With the Justice card, I do see that there is a contract involved here. The Justice card came out in pile 1, I believe, and this is saying if you are involved in any sort of paperwork where you do need to sign for that, please do this before the 20th of September 2021 at the time of this reading. Of course, my readings are timeless, but Mercury retrograde usually has a bit of an impact. I'm massively understating this, but has a huge impact on written contracts, communication, travel, and things of that nature. So, you know, because it's ruled by Mercury. So yes, definitely Mercury is already starting to show his face. I've been having some issues with doing the second portion of this video with a bit of a delay, so Mercury retrograde is going to be significantly impacting you, I would say, for you specifically pile 3, so please do pay attention to that. Communication is also very, you know, discombobulated as well, just generally speaking. So definitely pay attention to that. I was also picking up on lots of hands here and the succubus energy earlier in terms of the dream space and the spiritual realm as well, and picking up on energies that may not necessarily be your own, that are wanting to take your energies, very vampiric energies. So make sure that you are protecting your space as well, energetically speaking and physically speaking as well, from also people that carry this energy within them unbeknownst to them. This is very low vibrational energy. They do carry this, and this is where shamans come involved, spiritual healers come involved, in order to extricate these low vibrational energies. Let's call them demons, as we know in the horror movies, etc., etc. These energies are real. I just saw 111 on the timer here, so there are people here that are able to take this away from you, energetically speaking. The other thing is that a lot of you also have a cat in spirit as well, who's helping and guiding you as well along this path called life. We do live in a dual life system as well. The 3D is very duality based. So I also do see Gemini energy here with a cat. So I do see that there is also a twin flame energy here possibly, or at least a twin soul energy here, of a very high vibrational energy, very high vibrational nature, involving possibly same-sex partnership, or even let's say heterosexual partnership as well, where there is a likeness of mind, body, heart and soul, and this is that twin energy that I'm picking up on. So the other part is, before we get into the other card, is also, as I said before, this is a wish fulfillment here. So there's wishes that are being met here, but I do feel like one person is needing to take courage in order to express this, possibly physically, express this love physically. I do feel like there is a partner here, particular person who shows love physically here, okay, or even through gifts, donations, hugs. Very physical person here. They also do like to work out a lot as well. Very physical, very physically strong, possibly, lifts you up and gives you a massive hug kind of thing as well. So this is possibly something that someone is regretting not doing, someone who is wanting a second chance. And I do feel like they want to bring justice to a situation. This is someone who may have missed out on an opportunity, and they've had some time away from a relationship, a situation where they themselves have become single for some time, and they've really been looking within to find their own truth, their own light, and actually what it is that they want out of life, but also what it is that they want out of love, just generally speaking. So they've really been going deep into, I just heard their equator, so they've been really going deep into their own sort of like deep questions here, like what's their purpose, what do they want out of life. This is the energy of become from a knave to becoming a king. So someone who's becoming mature here, to possibly meet someone at their level here with the Mother of Pentacles. This is someone who is wise, or at least mature in life, or has many life experiences here. And then with the Justice card, they're wanting to have a second chance on life, on love as well, or possibly both. They're not exclusively separate, and they're wanting to bring justice and fairness and truth to an equation, to a situation here. I just keep hearing equator, so maybe there's a connection with Ecuador, or even the equatorial line here. Maybe there's travel involved here where they're needing to come in and express their truth. But anyway, there is truth here that is coming through, speaking truth, learning to restrain their physical desires, possibly before beforehand, so that they can actually speak their truth, and then possibly getting hands on tech situation afterwards. That's funny. So I do feel like this person also has a wonderful sense of humor too. I do feel like they have a lightness of mind and heart and body, but I do feel like this person is still maturing, and I feel like this person here is separate from this person here, and I do feel like there is a separation between these two individuals, these two parties, where there had been a breakup possibly, or a separation of some sort, or a closure of communication. But I do see that wishes are being met here eventually, and truth is going to be spoken, and there's going to be balance between both parties. So let's get into this card here by wonderful Ina Segal, the mystical healing card. So we have, you have support. So indeed you do have support, you are supported. I don't feel like path 3 you know exactly where your journey is going, but I do feel like you're having faith on this journey. And do you remember how I spoke about Mercury? And I do see this as being Mercury, communication, the messenger, the postman, the letter, the notification. So even during Mercury retrograde, You know, usually people come back around during Mercury retrograde season. So this could be someone who could be coming back around in order to communicate their truth to you and bring justice to the equation, to the situation, to the relationship, to the connection, one way or another. I also see that there has been a spiral effect here. So maybe someone's been spiraling out, going really deep within their headspace. They've been really in their head. They've possibly been going spiraling out of control, possibly. Maybe this is resonating back to Pile 2, where they were in a situation, they were just going underground, deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole in a situation here. But I do see that here, Pile 3, this may have happened, or they may have been really in their head here. Someone that you're dealing with at least has been really in their head, and they've just been spiraling out here. I do feel like truth has been clarified here for them. Truth has been brought into the situation, at least inwardly, spiritually speaking, and now this is about the sword becoming upright and being expressed vocally here. So this could be phone call, telephone, you know, mobile, cellular device, message, pager, letter, email, through the own vocal cords. You know, the old version of communication, which is speech. Maybe someone turning up at your doorstep. I do feel like this person has a funny sense of humor. This could be someone who's a bit of a comedian as well. But I do feel like there is also an individual here who's letting down their mask here, and you know, they're not wanting to even see your reaction. They're just wanting to express themselves, be their own ultimate authentic, truthful self, and communicate. So you have support. They know that they have the support from their own celestial guides as well. They know that deep within it's going to work out. I just feel like they're just, you know, still calling on grace, still calling on their inner grace, still calling on their own help. You know, their own team, their own spiritual team here. I just saw 77 on the timer as well, in order to express this truth here. If this necessarily is not resonating with you, we have 36. This could be your age or could be significant for you as a number. 6 and 3 is adding up to 9. Something difficult is ending here and is opening up for you. Even though this may not be known to you at this time, just know that you do have support from your spirit team. This could even be cats that you may have or own at this time. I wouldn't say own, but you know, they're in your home. The deer as well, the deer spirit could also be very significant, and the lion as well. You have a lion heart, I'm hearing as well. So you do have a lot of courage and strength within you. Some of you in particular are sort of bored with hearing that. I am strong, you are strong, you know this already within, but it's also a question of, you know, is there going to be someone who's going to be strong for me? Is there someone who's going to be speaking for me as well? You know, when I can't, you know, when my mouth is closed, is there someone who's going to be speaking my truth for me? When I cannot see, is there someone who's going to be my eyes? It's that level of partnership that I'm hearing that is this is something that you're seeking. Gosh, communication is really annoying right now. My words are getting all confused here. As I said, Mercury in retrograde was already starting to have effects. So pile 3, just keep a note of that. Let's now have a look at the wonderful Thanatos card here. Okay, I also just want to say before we do that, we do have people looking directly into your gaze here. We've got 1, 2, and the cat people, the deer people as well, coming through directly into your gaze here. So be direct with the word as well, be direct with people, listen to how they communicate and how they express themselves, generally speaking, as well. I do feel like you're dealing with someone in particular who has not been looking directly at you or has not been communicating with you directly for some time. So pile 3, let's have a look at Thanatos. Okay, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. So when in light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. I just saw 111 as well, by the way. I also do believe that some of you have had passings, you know, a pet passing as well, who's coming through as well. When in dark, fear or insensitivity to old age, illness and the dying. Go deeper, The Mower by Philip Larkin, so have a read of that. There are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centres, and the like. Okay, so you have support as well with that. Facing Thanatos, or death, leads us to Aletheia, which is truth. Okay, so you may have resonated with my last video where Aletheia did come through, which does mean truth. So that's all I have for you, Pole 3. It's been a very interesting reading. Please do like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to follow me along the journey by subscribing, please do that. I will see you on the next video as well. Please take care of yourself. Bye for now. See you later.